Good evening. You're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform Facebook Live from 3Team Best Trade Academy. My name is Dele Ayimiba and I'm coming back for the second time today, still discussing the open account, still discussing the cash against document open account issue, starting and managing export business part 40, subtopic mitigating risk of open account trading, and I'm looking at the option of sales representative. We've been talking about open account for a while, and we talked about the fact that open account is a payment method whereby an exporter ship goods, send document to the buyer, and await payment to come in. And we talked about the fact that this is a $16 trillion trade payment method. Collector of credit just about 10, before collection just about 2%. So you have more people doing open account than you can ever imagine. And during the financial crisis in 2009, a lot of people lost money. And as a result of the losses incurred by many, it became very obvious to many traders around the world the need for them to look for alternative way. Of fixing the issues that they confronted when they lost money during the financial crisis, global financial crisis, 2008, 2009. So, and in the course of discussing starting and managing export business, I talk about the fact that I have come up with about 7 options that will be required, that can be explored rather, by an exporter to be able to mitigate the risk of open account. We started with the bank payment obligation. We talked about export credit insurance. We've talked about guarantees. We've talked about standby letter of credit. Now we are looking at the 5th one, which is sales representative. And I define sales representative as an individual that is acting on behalf of the exporter in the importer's country, basically helping the exporter to get buyers, facilitating signing of contract, witness on stuffing and unloading of goods, witness inspection on good and probably do his own inspection, follow up on payment, and that these are very important, crucial areas that should be of interest to anyone, such that if you are starting the business, you can actually explore this option to mitigate your risk, because many people that have lost money actually lost money because the first thing they will throw at you is open account, often called cash against document. And if you're unable to mitigate that risk, it becomes a challenge for you because you're unable to mitigate the risk. So what we are saying basically is this risk can be mitigated. And I've highlighted about 4 ways. I have 3 ways to go. I'm on the 5th one now, and I've been called the sales representative. Sales representative, like I said, is getting someone in the exporter's country to act on your behalf. Someone in the exporter's country to act, in the importer's country rather, to act on your behalf. I've talked about some of in the video I did in the afternoon, I've talked about some of the things this representative will be doing to help you mitigate that risk. This evening, I'll be talking about another function. I stopped at lowering payment default risk. The fact that that representative is potent, strong enough to help you mitigate payment default risk. The fact that it can even initiate legal action. And like I said, it has to be if you are not dealing with a business person, you're dealing with a student or ex-student, ensure anybody you are dealing with is someone that is legally residing in that country. It's not someone that if you begin to follow up on the buyer and the buyer is fraudulent, the buyer can say, look, you don't have papers, I'm going to report you that you are not supposed to be in this country, and just use that to threaten the guy or the lady and eventually prevent him from being able to do what he has to do. So you want to deal with someone that have a legal stay papers backing up why he's still in that country, so that whatever is being done is done legally. This person you are talking about does not have to have a rep, doesn't have to have a business set up in that country if he's a student. But if they have a business set up, that would be very great. Because that business set up, it's just an agent representing you and helping you facilitate transactions. Also remember that such a person should not be the one collecting the payment. Payment should come to you directly, and you pay the commission to them after you have gotten paid, after you've been able to get paid. Another thing they do is to market. Sales representative market, and that's a major way of mitigating risk of open account. When your buyer realize that you have a viable alternative, sometimes they can do everything possible to ensure they took over that market from you, which is why they open account in the first place, which is why you have to do open account. But basically what I'm saying is the fact that you need to do all that is within your power to give terms to your buyer that are good enough such that if they go to the competition, they won't get anything better. But while you are giving them that term, be rest assured that you're likely going to give them open account, then provide a way to protect yourself. Have a rep at destination, and this rep will be able to help you market. Having a rep at destination is critical because it helps you with marketing. That makes you to have a lot of options so that when there's a payment default, you can move the goods to someone else. Marketing and sales of your product destination. Then another benefit of sales representative beyond mitigating the risk of open account is that it increases the growth potential. Why? If you have someone marketing for you at destination that you have to worry about the market, that gives an advantage, because then you have first-hand information about what is happening in that country, in that state, in that province, in that region, in that zone, such that at the end of the day, it becomes a lot easier for you to be able to expand your business because you now have a representative at destination. This representative is very important. It's very important. So you can see that when I'm talking about sales representative, it's not just mitigating only risk. What I've decided to do is to tell you about other things the representative will do that will be able to help us to be confident enough to work with them. Growth potential, fixed asset acquisition is not involved. That will happen under subsidiary and sister company. Fixed asset acquisition is not a part of sales representative. Sales representative does not necessarily have to have an office, not necessary. Reason being that the rep is not hire full time. He probably have other things he's doing, so he won't be resuming in the office every day, which is why it becomes extremely important. Extremely important to protect your payment using this sales representative. But the beauty, like I said, is that there's no need for fixed asset acquisition. The rep can be doing a number of other things. He won't be working for you full. He's going to be part-time, and is earning commission on the strength of the business it has brought to you. Another thing on this sales representative is control over the market. Control over the market. When you do sales, you have a measure of control over the market. But when you don't have a representative, it becomes very difficult. Nobody owns the market. Everybody just does exactly what he loves, what he thinks. But for you as a business person, having a rep at destination is a way of ensuring you have control over the market, dictate what happens in the market, or at least suggest what you want to say in the market, and work with the right people to be able to get that done. And that's critical, very important. That's critical and very important. So control over the market is there, but it's the least when you compare to other ones. Company at destination. When I have an agent, I don't need, it's not an agent is not a company at destination. An agent, as the name implies, an agent is a representative, is an individual that just represents, helping with all the work that needs to be done in the export market, representing the exporter. Because the exporter is not there, but this other person is there, so he's representing the exporter's interest in anything that he does. The challenge with it is a sales representative does not create potential for growth. It also contributes significantly to the profitability. Remember, he's there to look for buyer. He's there to follow up on payment. He's there to follow up on payment. He's there to witness inspection. He's there to protect basically your asset, your wealth, your business, your product. Export management company, this rep act as export management company. That's a company that can act on your behalf. So this can act as export management company. That's the beauty of it. It can act as export management company. It can act as export management company. An export management company is a company that helps you to manage your export at destination, doing exactly the job I've just said that an agent, an individual is doing it. So sales representative. Another thing is sales representative also help in debt recovery. Even though that might be done at a cost, but you don't know what that can do for you. Debt recovery. Following up on payment for debt recovery. Especially when there's an issue, following up on payment for debt recovery. This is so critical, so important. Following up on payment for debt recovery. Following up on the buyer for debt recovery. This is one of the major benefits of the sales representative. And I'm saying if you're into export business, this might be something you want to do. Why would you want to do this? It makes life easy for you. You don't have to worry about payment. You don't have to worry about the challenge of not getting paid at destination. You don't have to worry about getting more buyers. Just mandate to the sales agent who earn income and what do you call it? And commission on every transaction that he brings to you. He earns commission on every transaction that he brings to you. And this is so critical and so important. So critical and so important. So critical and so important. Like I said, I've been spending a lot of time discussing this because it's a bit worrisome the way people are losing money in open account because of ignorance of what it takes for them to mitigate their risk on it. It's painful, and I've complained bitterly about the mortality rate of export business in Nigeria. In fact, if mortality rate of regular business is about 6 to 10, maybe export will be 9 to 10. The reason being that there's so much knowledge gap, and people are unable to have access to this information. Some don't even know such exists. So if you have Facebook and your social media and you love export and you want to do it, just search export on social media, on Facebook, and you will see hundreds of videos we have done just to educate the public on how to prevent losses as a result of payment default. If the sales representatives are engaged on time, they'll give you such a valuable information that will even help in your business plan. So that before you enter into the market, you have adequate information. Courtesy sales representative. Courtesy sales representative. Courtesy sales representative. So following up on payment, then let me look at the next one, and that is debt recovery, then umpire inspection. Debt recovery, following up on payment, recovering debt, and umpire inspection. If we need to inspect, what are the things? So who is standing for me? Good arrive at destination. Buyer is saying he has issue with the quality. He's claiming what I don't believe. Then my sales rep go there, take his own sample. The third party, neutral, take his own sample. Seller, buyer takes their own sample. And then this can be analyzed in the lab to finalize on the quality standard expected of anyone shipping such product. So when the umpire thing is done, and I have a client, or I have a rep at destination, I don't feel bad that they might be cheating me because I have my eye there. Because this concern is okay, they've done an inspection. What if there's a deceit or there's a fraudulent intent? What if the result they are giving me is not good enough? What if the excuses they are giving me is not tenable, is not right? What if they are just deceiving me? I tell you, sales representative at destination is the way to fix that problem. Sales representative at destination is the way to fix that problem. And that's very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. And sales representative is recommended for starter in export. The next one we'll be talking about is subsidiary. Sales representative is not a company. Subsidiary is a company I have an interest in, but not 100%, not up to probably less than 50%. Sister company, which is a branch office. A branch office. That is a branch office. And you have full control over that. So let's run through this again. Sales representative is a direct export. Under sales representative, goods are shipped directly to the buyer. The payment method can be any method, and therefore open account can work. Cost. The cost is least, not so much compared to others because you are not setting up a business. You just have a rep that is paid on commission. So, and his damage is paid based on the work and the effort he has put in. Payment method. Cost is least compared to others because I don't have to pay salary. I only pay commission. Document is sent to the representative. Document is sent to my representative. So I have control over the document. I can dictate what will happen before I release the document. Looking for other buyers when there's a payment default. I'm talking to him. If the guy is not paying, he can look for other buyers. And as a sales representative also, he can market. Take time to market the goods. Because of marketing, it boosts the sales potential of the product. Because of the marketing, it boosts the sales potential of the product. or growth potential. There's no need for fixed asset. There's no need for registered company at destination. There's some level of control what happened in the export market, but not so much. The sales representative, it becomes your export management company. And then if I need to follow up on payment to recover debt, it's very easy for that to be done. You can have a rep at destination who can help. And those are the days, those are the things that keep him busy, because that will involve some level of effort put in on his part as an export management company for you. Then debt recovery, like I said, and coordination of umpire inspection. Coordination of umpire inspection. And lastly, like I said, is recommended for starter. There are other ones, which is number 6 and 7, to mitigate this risk that I'll be talking about tomorrow. And then we'll be able to, you will see the higher level, because then there is more control. Because the sales representative tomorrow can say it's no more dealing, he doesn't have time. I think it's not on a paid job. So there's a level of control. You have control reasonably, but there's a limit to control you have. And as you move on to the higher level, then you have more control about whoever it is you put in their market. I've been rounding off now. Remember, 5 things we always beg you to do, and we appreciate if you can do for us on this video, because this video go on YouTube, and our YouTube channel is 3T Impest TV. If you go on YouTube and you type 3T Impest TV, you see our YouTube channel. Please like this video. Not just like, share with your friends. Not just share with your friends, drop your comment. Not just drop your comment, click the like button. Not just click the like button, press the bell for notification. Press the bell for notification. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Dila Imba. This is Import Export Plan Facebook Live from Trinity Academy. Thank you. See you tomorrow morning by 8 a.m. as I continue this conversation. Bye for now.